What's going on, Movie Maniacs? I'm Matt.
And I'm Zach.
And this is the previews, everyone's favorite part of the movie. This week, we went ahead and saw Us, one of our most anticipated films of the year, written, directed by Jordan Peele, of course, coming off of his freshman hit, Get Out.
Yes, starring Lupita Nyong'o as the lead, then Winston Duke,
Shahadi Wright-Joseph, and Evan Alex playing the children.
I'll just first start by saying this movie was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too. A lot of directors, they hit the sophomore slump. Didn't feel that. I felt it was really good.
No, and I just think we should honestly just have a moment of silence for Jordan Peele himself. It takes many directors 4 or 5 films to get the stature that he's at right now. Because when you see Jordan Peele on the cover now, you're like, I gotta go see it ASAP. Just based off of one movie.
I agree.
Yeah, I just gotta give my respects to him.
And the first one was Get Out was just so good, and I was so looking forward to this movie. And I agree. I thought this movie was really, really great. And we're gonna pretty much nip it in the bud here. You can't really compare Get Out to Us.
No, I mean, you could just pretty much say they are thrillers. That's pretty much it. You maniacs do not know, but horror is my favorite genre. Okay. And Get Out did have those horror moments in it, but generally it was a thriller, and I was happy to see Jordan Peele show off his horror skills.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But of course, obviously, with all great horror films, you have to agree the cast has to be spot on.
Yes, and Lupita Nyong'o specifically, so good.
Killed it.
So good. Just her facial expressions and in her mannerisms. I haven't seen the horror in an actress' eyes in a while as much as I've seen it in hers in this movie.
I couldn't agree more. And it's tough for her, too, because she's pretty much the entire movie, I guess we'll just say right here, it's not really a spoiler, but this is a Lupita Nyong'o movie.
Winston Duke was definitely the second biggest asset of this movie, but I feel like his main purpose was to...
Comedic relief.
That's obviously where Jordan Peele came from, was comedy.
Yeah.
And he was the one who was able to bring out that comedy that I feel like Jordan Peele had inside of him while making this movie.
Exactly. But it's tough for Lupita because she had to be 2 different characters.
The entire cast had to be 2 different people.
Exactly. But for hers, it was a little bit because the other ones were just making noises. She actually had she was acting a majority of the film off of herself. So, I mean, it really wasn't herself.
And that voice she had.
Oh, terrifying.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it was, it seemed in the trailers, for me at least, a little bit goofy, but honestly, it worked very well, and I really enjoyed her acting, and everybody else, because, I mean, trying to find little kids to act terrified, that's tough too, but they nailed it.
No, they did a great job.
I'll give props to Shahadi and to Evan. I mean, they both killed it. Everyone felt like they were terrified and they didn't know what was going on. And they were on this journey with us, which I feel like all good horror movies should do. Like, it should be very mysterious, and then you're trying to figure things out.
Acting is a big thing when it comes to horror, but I will say, at least nowadays, the second biggest aspect of horror is the music. And oh my God, the music in this movie was phenomenal. Like, it's tough to believe. I forget his name, but the guy who composed the music for this movie, the only other movie he ever did was Get Out, and Get Out had a phenomenal score as well.
Yeah, but he definitely stepped up his game.
He did, like just the violin screechings and the piano, the chant, like the gospel chants and stuff like that. I got chills just thinking about it. That was, I feel like, minus Lupita Nyong'o, that was the biggest highlight for this movie for me, was the music.
Yeah, because, I mean, what this film did very well with the music is it built tension. I was never, like, if you're not the biggest into horror movies, I would still say you could probably get it. It's like on the border of horror, but I would say it's more so thriller. But that music really built up that momentum. It got you on the edge of your seat. Like you said, you got chills. Like I had, the hair on the back of my neck stand up a couple scenes. I was like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? Like, where is this person going to come from? Another thing, too, this goes to Jordan Peele. No jump scares, really, in this movie.
Nope. That's the biggest issue with a lot of scary movies these days. Yeah. That's what they all rely on.
Exactly. This was definitely more atmospheric and being terrified of the unknown. Like, you didn't know what was going on. And I said it when Get Out came out. Get Out is my favorite Twilight Zone movie that ever came out. And luckily, he's doing a Twilight Zone movie. This is my second favorite Twilight Zone movie.
And I could not help but continuously think of Twilight Zone while watching this movie. And it gets me a lot more excited to watch the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone series that's coming out. I don't even know when it's
It comes out in April, which I'm
April.
really pumped. April, whoo, a lot of stuff in April comes out. So, but of course, you got to get into the writing, right? Jordan Peele, again, we've just been giving him praise, knocks out of the park.
Yes,
once
and then again, I'm gonna with his writing, I'm gonna bring the comedy back into it. There was so much comedy in it, but it never took away. Minus, I want to say maybe 1 or 2 scenes. I feel like the comedy was a little too much. Like you're on the brink of dying. They continuously piled on jokes after another, like 1 or 2 occasions.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time, it never took away from the tension at all. Another Twilight element of this is what
Twilight Zone.
Sorry. Twilight Zone. He leaves it to interpretation of the audience member.
Yes.
This movie is meant to be rewatched, and I'm very excited to end up rewatching it because there are some certain things when you and I first talked about it when we were walking out of the theater, there was a few things that you've seen coming, but I missed the first, for watching for the first time. So, and for a movie to grow the more you watch it, that's a really good sign.
Well, that's the same thing when Get Out came out. People were seeing like hints of stuff that was coming up, and they never saw it the first time. Months and months after the movie was released. The same thing's going to happen with this one, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll also bring up Hereditary, another horror movie that came out last year. You know what happens the first time you see it, but when you rewatch it, you notice so many different imagery sprinkled throughout the film that explains the whole bigger picture.
And this movie is definitely a discussion piece. It is art. So I took something completely different out of it than Zach did, and vice versa. I know the other people we're going to take this to go see, they're going to take something different out of it than that we did, and I respect that. So overall, what are you giving it?
I'm gonna go a little bit high. I'm gonna go 4.5 weird Chewbacca masks out of 5.
Perfect. I'm kind of on the same road as you. I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm actually going to go ahead and give it 4 Beach Boys singles out of 5. But still, a great movie. Definitely go check it out before really all the summer movies start hitting up in April. This is a perfect March movie.
Well, I guess that's it, Movie Maniacs. Again, please sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss anything. And we'll see you next week on the next episode of The Previews.